We fed families this Thanksgiving. Today's the big day.
I hope everyone just knocks and just does everything, doesn't deliver food to the wrong house. Hey, is everything going good, man? Because we have a mix-up. The people are saying you're at the wrong location.
So I really bless you guys and thank you guys for what you guys are doing. You know what I mean?
It's our duty, you know?
I would start with children, because they don't deserve to grow up so quick.
You know, look at you guys randomly coming to our door.
Thank you for everything. God bless you. Hello.
So, I've been in sales for a majority of my years from, I'd say, 21 all the way to 24. So technically, I've only been in sales for 3 years, but it's gotten me far. And I've seen a lot of progress. And beyond that, I've seen a lot of results from kind of tripling and doubling down on sales. Right? So I was in the military for a majority of my young adulthood. I left at 18. I was in the military to about 21. Left, got a job at a gym. I was scrubbing toilets. I was a janitor picking up bloody tampons until I learned to sell. And it was actually a funny story. I only learned to sell because as I'm wiping down windows, I see one of our sales representatives trying to sell a membership. And it's not working. So I'm wiping down the windows, I'm cleaning the windows, and I scream to him, I'm like, that's not how you do it. I'm just talking smack at the time. He's like, you do it. And I said, okay, if I do it, buy me a chicken sandwich. And so I grab it, and I grabbed the clipboard, I ended up selling a membership. I don't know how. I didn't even know what I was doing. I just kind of walked up to somebody and said, hey, you ever been to the gym, man? You want to check it out? It's $1. He's like, what? Yes, I'm here. I'm like, cool, he'll help you, you know? So I handed him the clipboard and he bought me a chicken sandwich. I was hungry and broke, so I just didn't want to pay for lunch. My manager saw me. He said, hey, come here tomorrow morning in the front. I'm like, why? Is it, you guys need me to sweep or something? I was a janitor. I'm like, you guys need me to sweep? You guys spill something? He goes, no, man, I want you to do that again. I said, I don't know how. He's like, I'll show you. So that was my introduction to sales, where I started off at a gym. Then from there, I took whatever skills I had and I just doubled down on it, and I joined a startup business, and I just helped them on the distribution side. So a lot of outbound, a lot of cold calling, a lot of cold outreach, a lot of driving to supply stores, presenting the brand, and closing the deal. So this is everything that has helped me thus far, and I'm sure if you can implement these, it will help you if you are in a sales job. Or also if you are an entrepreneur with your own business. I'll talk about sales jobs first, and then I'll talk about business second, and how you can use these frameworks to really help you. All right. So, 1, volume will always negate skill or lack of skill. I don't care if you are at a gym and there is a better salesperson there. You can outperform him by just doing more work. If he's making 50 calls a day, you do 300 calls a day. And you, by default, will have more appointments than him. You will probably increase the amount of deals you close. Now, that's predicated on skill, but you can produce more by doing more. If he calls 50 and sets 5 appointments, so that's a 10% conversion rate, and he sets 10 appointments, maybe if you do 300, you can set 30 appointments. And out of the 5, let's say he closes 2, out of 30, you might close 5, right? So by default, if you do more, you will just get more results. Also, skill helps, right? Skill definitely helps, because what skill does is you get a lever, so you don't need to do as much to get the same results. But in the early stages, let's say you're starting a sales job, you don't necessarily have that lever. There is no leverage. You have time and you don't have skill, but you're in an environment where you can learn the skill, and you can only learn the skill by execution and repetition and iteration and doing it again. So you can outperform everyone by just doing it a lot, and in doing so, you will get better, because there will always be prospects out there. There will always be money available. Even if you mess up one, it doesn't matter. You can keep going. And that's why I think a gym is so forgiving, in the sense that you're selling the gym. You're not necessarily selling fitness, because people want to go to LA Fitness, they want to go to Crunch Fitness, they want to go to 24 Hour Fitness. The moment they walk in, they kind of want it already. And depending on how good you are, you can either have them do it then or later, depending on how good you are. If you're good, they'll slap the credit card on the table then and you'll close them. If you offer them a deal so great that they can't miss out on, if you can just guide them, right? So get good by doing, and volume will always just counteract skill. Give me someone that will work freaking hard, as opposed to give me someone that's skilled. I'm just being honest. Or give me both. But I'd rather have someone that works extremely hard and doesn't have the skill, as opposed to someone with the skill and has a terrible work ethic. Give me the one that works hard, because through all the iterations, he'll get good. After one day of doing 300 phone calls, he will literally nail it. He'll nail the script. He'll nail it. He'll set the appointments. Day 2, he may mess up a few walkthroughs. He may mess up a few tours. But then day 3, he will make up for it because he's done so many that now he knows how to give a proper tour. And he learns quick because his work ethic is there. So volume. 2, you get good by doing. 3, freaking follow up. Okay? Hey, freaking follow up, man. You get the email address, you get the phone. You set the appointment, they missed the appointment. Hey, freaking call them. And then call them again. And then call them again. And then call them again. And leave a message. And call them again. Until they block your number. Just do it. When I was working at a gym, sometimes it would take me, my gosh, it would take me like 8 phone calls to set the appointment again, just so that they can show up. Like, it took 8 calls. Sending text messages, sending emails. When I was with the startup, I called these nail supply stores many times over and over. I would drive to them. Just follow up. Maybe it's not the right time then, but it will be in the future. Maybe it slipped their minds. Hey, life gets hectic and chaotic. They might have forgot that they wanted to do this. So if you follow up, you're like, oh, hey, ding dong. Don't forget that you wanted to go to the gym, by the way. They're like, thank you. Yes. When can we sit down? So when you follow up, 1, you're giving them a reminder in case they forgot. And 2, if they don't want it, you increase the likelihood of them just picking up the phone. And depending on how skilled you are, you can get them there. You can set the appointment so they can come in person. So 3, follow up. 4, understand that usually when they come to you, they want to buy and they want to give you money. You just need to help them kind of step aside from their fear and their lack of belief in whatever it is that they want. So for example, if someone's going to the gym, they want to get in shape. They want the membership. They just don't know if they can commit. They don't know if they're wasting money. Will they even show up? Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. It's so intimidating. Hey, help them. Right? Help them. Say, well, what are your, as you're giving the tour, just be like, it takes a lot for someone to step in here. What made you come? My gosh, you could have just stayed at home and ate chocolate. Why are you here? There's got to be something big. Is it a wedding? Did you get some bad news in the hospital? I need to know. They're like, oh yeah, well, we have a wedding next month or in the next 3 months. And, me and the kids and my husband, we want to get all in shape. And I'm like, oh, that's magnificent. Yo, the time is ticking. You got 3 months. Now, you can see results in 3 months. Do you think you can say, my biggest concern is not a matter of if you'll see results. It's just a matter of how soon you can see the results. But are you even willing to work? You got to let me know. They're like, yeah, I'm willing to work. I'm like, I knew it. All right, come on. Let me show you around the gym. Let me just show you. I already knew it. Now you just got me happy because I was just like you. It was hard for me to take the first step. And now that I'm here, I love the gym and I can't wait for you to feel the same way. Anyways, look, check this out. This is our area where we do a bunch of cardio and then get on with the freaking pitch. Get on with the tour. But they want to buy. There's something that's limiting them. You need to help them, right? It's almost like you're having think of having an argument with someone that just doesn't see eye to eye with you. Like they can do it. They just don't even believe in themselves. You need to help them find that belief in themselves, or at least belief in whatever the heck it is that you're selling. So if you're at a gym, you're selling the gym. Help them believe that this is a place where all their dreams will come true. Help them believe that this is a place where magic will happen and they'll get in magnificent shape and they'll fit into the high school clothes again. Do that for them. That's what they need from you. Okay? So, 4, they already want to buy. They want to give you money. They're just scared. Eliminate that fear. 6, or I'm sorry, that was number 4. This is number 5. Aim for rejection. I mean, that's the goal. The goal is to get a bunch of no's. This is one of the frameworks I use. So instead of, let's say when I was with the startup, instead of going in and saying, I can't wait to close a deal today, I just said, okay, I am going to try to get 100 people to say no to me today. And what that does is it lets me focus on volume as opposed to the result. So let's say there was a day where I couldn't close a deal. If I focus on the result, which was closing one deal, I'd get really disappointed in myself and I'd feel let down that I couldn't meet that expectation. Now, let's say the expectation was, all right, Thompson, today you got to get 100 no's. Doesn't matter how many phone calls, get 100 people to say no to you. Then I focus on volume, and the likelihood of me being able to hit that goal increases. Like, I can definitely get 100 people to say no to me. And in doing the volume, what happened as a natural result of that much volume and that much outbound resulted in more than one deal closed, right? More than one engaged lead, right? So aim for rejection. While everyone's in the office, or let's say you're at a gym or car dealership, I don't care where you're at, but let's say while everyone's there, they're just trying to focus on deals. You're going to go in and you're going to say, I don't really give a damn about a deal, but I am going to get 100, 150, 200 people to say no to me. And I promise you, if you can set that goal and you can actually meet it, like it gets done, 200 people said no to you, the amount of appointments you'll set will significantly increase. And the amount of deals that you'll get from that significantly increase, as opposed to you just saying, today I'm going to close a deal. Screw that. Today I'm going to get 200 no's. Volume increases, likelihood of you setting appointments increase, likelihood of you closing deals increase, and it's a goal that is easily attainable. It's achievable. So you get to celebrate, if anything. Worst case, you didn't close a deal. You get to go home and say, I got 200 no's today. I'm going to go have a beer. So you can celebrate, right? Because you hit the goal. So I love that framework, and it's helped me the whole time. Aim for no. 6, understand that the sale starts the moment they say no. There is no need for you to pitch the moment they come in. Just have them, just listen. Listen. When you sit down, present price, and then they say no, oh, maybe next time. That's when the sale starts, right then. When you present price, and they're like, oh, well, maybe I don't think right now is a good time, but I'll be back. That's when the sale starts. You could say, well, Susan, you came in here. You know what? It's the car. It's the car. You don't like it, huh? That has to be it. You don't like the car. No, I love the car. What the heck is it? Is it the scratch? Were you just being impulsive? Do you want the car, or are you just being impulsive? You don't want the car. That must be it. You really don't want it. No, I really do want it. Well, what is it? Do you think people are going to judge you if you get the car? Will you be homeless if you get the car? I've never been a car salesman. But I'd assume that if someone's there at the car dealership, they're interested in the damn car. Like, they're interested. Similar, if they're at the gym, they want to get in shape. Like, Susan, why don't you want to start? Trust me, I'm the same way. I'm not judging. It's just I've been in the same boat where I didn't want to start because I thought right now wasn't a good time, and I thought that in the future things would get better, and then things only got more chaotic. Trust me, Susan, I've been there. I just want to know if you're in the same boat as I was, because that boat sucks, right? Is that what's going on here? You think like later on down the line things will just clear up, your schedule will clear up, you have more time? Susan, let's look back on both our lives. My gosh, it's only gotten worse. Feels like every day it's getting busier and busier and busier. You want to know something, Susan? The most beautiful thing about life is our conditions will change when we can take action despite not having perfect conditions, right? I have this problem where I always sit around, wait for perfect conditions to come for me to take action, and I always end up staying in the same loop over and over again. You know, this is where you kind of speak about yourself. Like, That's what she's doing, but say that you've experienced the same thing to where she's like, oh, okay, I'm not alone. Yeah. So now you build this bridge of trust where it's like, hey, I've been there too. And this is what I did, right? Once they say no, understand that's when the sale starts. And then that's when you go in with your pitch. Before that, you don't pitch anything. Just listen to them. It's called building rapport. Just listen to them. Understand why. Repeat things back to them. Like, oh, okay, so you're here for a wedding. Okay, nice. You're what? So you're 34, right? Here for a wedding. Well, what gyms have you been to? Why this one? It can't just be because of me. I mean, I know I'm handsome, but why me? You know? Don't start until they say no or they object. Before all of that, work on building a rapport. Listen to them. Understand their story, their circumstances. Like, truly feel it so that you have leverage. So you can show them, hey, I get it. I really do. Okay? Which goes into the next one, which is ask more than you freaking talk. Ask questions. Hey, what brought you in the gym today? We ready to get in shape? Real quick, what's your favorite workout? Like, if I threw you on this gym floor, Susan, do you know what you're doing, or do you think you might get injured here? I gotta know, so that I could be on the lookout for you. Oh, no, I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, okay, I could probably sell you on some training, not just a membership to the gym. You build rapport. Oh, it's been tough, you know. I've had this going on and this, and my husband just broke up with me. Oh my gosh, can you tell me more about it? Engage and repeat it back to them. Don't just listen to respond. You're not selling yet. This whole process is you listening. While you give the tour, while you're doing this, you're listening to their story, why they came in, and you're going to repeat it back to them so that they know that you actually care to listen. And you're not going to pitch them at all. Nothing. You're not going to do anything relatively close to selling until you sit down and you just say, okay, well, yeah, our memberships start here. And they're like, oh, well, maybe next time. Then that's when you start selling. But before that, don't sell. All right? Which leads me to number 8, which is create solutions very quickly. What I mean by that is if they are going to say, right now is not a good time, you need to create a solution. You need to say, well, it's only going to get harder. Do you want to wait another 3 months and still look the same, or do you want to look like how you did in high school? I'm telling you, 3 months you can get there. Sometimes we just have a fear, and it makes us a little bit scared to take the leap. I want to tell you a quote, Susan. I love it. It goes, fear is a mile wide and an inch deep. We look out and we're like, it's so scary. I just don't know if I have the strength. But that's what we're here for. Like, we got you. Susan, do you really think you're not going to show up to the gym if this handsome Vietnamese man is going to call you like, Susan, where you at? I got you a medicine ball, and I also got you a yogurt. It's here. It's in the fridge. See you in 30? That's what I'm here for, to keep you accountable until you can build the momentum for yourself. I got you on that. That's what we're here for. Is it that? Are you scared? Let's say they object with something else. No, I'm not scared. I just, well, it's the money. It's so expensive. Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. Well, let's put it this way, Susan. Would you pay, let's say a gym membership, let's say $50 a month. Let's just say that, okay? And let's say it takes them 3 months to get results. Then I would say, Susan, if there was a button right here and you can lose like 20 pounds just by paying somebody. Like, you pay and you lose weight. And all you got to do is pay $150 and you'll lose about 15 pounds. Would you do it? Susan will probably be like, yeah, I would. I'd be like, Susan, you'll lose 15 pounds with this in 3 months. That's 150. Except now there's just a little time difference. There's just a little time difference. Can you play the long game? I mean, you told me you were 33. Your husband broke up with you. Those moments must have been terrible. You played the long game and you got better. So that's the thing I like about you. You already know how to play the long game. Oh, no, I think it's so hard. I'm so lazy. Good. Well, when's the last time you've been to the gym? Oh, maybe like a year ago. Susan, that means you've found a way to stay away from the gym for a whole year. That means for 365 days you were consistent at one thing, which is staying away from the gym. So I mean, you're already consistent. We just got to kind of change whatever you're consistent at. If you stayed away from the gym for a whole year, you were consistent at staying away. How about now we just integrate going to the gym? You're already consistent. You know how to be consistent. Don't doubt yourself, and definitely don't let your doubt just hold you back. Close your eyes. I want you to think of the best looking version of you. How does she look? Describe her to me. Go. Oh, well, my arms are like this, right? So I give these examples because you need to create solutions extremely quick. So that when they say something, there's a fear and there's right now's not the right time, there's the money. You can create a solution quick. You're not going to grab them by the throat and say, well, it's so cheap, buy it. No, it's going to say, I get it. It is. Well, let me rephrase this for you. It's $50 a month. In about 3 weeks, the average person that works with us loses 15 pounds. If you were to press a button, would you pay me $150 just to lose weight? Like, out of nowhere, you lost weight. If the answer is yes, then you're like, okay. So is it a time problem, or you don't know if you can consistently put in that much effort because it's difficult? Oh, it's difficult. Well, that's what we're here for. I got you. All of our clients said the same thing. Trust me. This wouldn't be my first rodeo working with people that are scared that they can't show up. You're going to show up because you're a good person. You're not going to want to waste my time. And if I get here early at 7 o'clock, you'll feel bad if you don't come. You're not going to cancel on me. And in doing so, in trying to show up for me, you end up showing up for yourself, Susan. Right? So that's what I mean. So number 8, create solutions very quick because they're going to object, not because they don't want it. They're there. They want it. Something's holding them back. Fear. It's something else. If they say, oh, well, let me talk to my husband. This is what you say. You can say, okay, yeah, talk to your husband. Quick question. What the heck are we going to do, Susan, if your husband's like, no, you're not going to the gym. You're going to stay home, eat cupcakes, and never look like you did in high school. What the heck are we going to do? And Susan will probably laugh. She's like, no, he's going to say yes. I'll be like, perfect. How about we just make it quicker? Get on the phone with him? Do you really want to talk to him about this? Or do you just want to do it, go home and surprise him? Then he'll be like, oh, you didn't need me? Don't you think your husband would be surprised if you kind of just came home with it? And now your husband's like, you didn't need me? You just made a decision? Let's go. He'll probably give you a high five, Susan. That's what I mean by create solutions very fast. Reframe things extremely quick because all they're trying to do is find a way out because they're scared of stepping in. You just need to show them that whatever they're scared of is a false reality and it's a perception that's not necessarily real. Show them that. Which leads me to number 9. 9 is ask them what if it doesn't work? What if it does? That's a great framework I have, which I just said. If they're scared about the program not working, just be like, what if it does? Magically, just imagine that this program will work. Would you say it's worth it? Random. Step into this fantasy world. Come on, close your eyes with me, Susan. We are in a fantasy world. And in that fantasy world, you just press the button, you paid $150, and you got the results. Was it worth it? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, all of our clients hit their goals. Every single one. I know it sounds crazy, almost impossible, because you don't know what you're doing in here. I do. I'll be next to you. All you have to do is do what I say. And I'm going to be right there in your face, like, go, 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 go. And please tell me if my breath stinks, by the way. Because if I'm that close to you, pushing you, and my breath stinks, I need you to be honest with me the same way I'm honest with you. Can we make that happen? Right? Ask them things like that. What if it does work out? And I also frame this in a way where I kind of look at life like that, right? Some of us don't want to start entrepreneurship because, like, what if it goes wrong? What if it goes right? What if you leaving your job with the little amount of money you have, starting a business, and you hustle, and you're scared, and you can't sleep at night, and you're sick to your stomach, is all worth it because you make it? What then? What if I told you you will make it, and there is a possibility of you making it? Would you take that? Would you roll the dice? Would you gamble? You probably would. We don't really take risks and leaps because we're like, well, we assume that the possibility of failure is significantly higher than the possibility of winning. But if you can help them see that the possibility of winning is extremely higher and succeeding is extremely higher than the possibility of failure, you can convince them. And it's not that you're selling them. You're just like, hey, like, you'll make it. It's okay. There's no need to be afraid. I got you. Like, this is what I do. Like, I get people results. Like, this is what I do. Right? Next one. That kind of goes all into logically helping them make decisions. So use logic. Some people are emotional buyers, but I prefer to sell off logic. I mean, my whole life, logic. Now, hey, this is probably why it'll benefit you. Or do you think it'll benefit you? Here are the results. Here's the testimonials. Here's this. Here's the pricing. What do you think? Oh, right now is not the right time. It will never be. Let's just be real. That's logical. I don't want to try to psychologically twist my way into their heads to convince them, because then they won't really believe in it. They'll just feel pressured into buying. I don't believe that sales is pressuring somebody. I believe sales is really listening to somebody, helping them, because they need you. Think of yourself as a mentor, a guide, someone with influence that they trust. They need guidance from you to help them figure this out. And if they don't receive that guidance, they're scared. So you owe it to them. Okay? Now, those are kind of my steps and frameworks from when they enter to you giving the tour or wherever you're at. You could sell solar, you could sell cars, you could sell gym memberships, weight loss. I don't care. It's all the same. Here's where I get into this framework of outwork everyone around you. Let's say you're at a gym or you're at a car dealership. I don't care. Let's say you're at you sell solar. I want you to outwork everybody. That means you get in and you hop on the phone and you call and you call, and you set appointments. You can set appointments. If you're gonna eat, take less than 10 minutes. Do it. Outwork everyone around you. While they're sitting around lily-dagging and just sitting around and chatting it up, you're making calls. You're setting appointments. Your appointments come, they show up, you're giving tours. And you do it again. That's volume. I want you to outwork everybody. If someone does 50 calls, look at the highest performing person. If they do 50 calls, you do 150. If they do 200, you do 400. Not a second of your time should be wasted on BS. Spend every second of your time hustling. The thing I like about sales is you have a lever, right? You have a lever. In the early stages, you trade time for money. You're underskilled, so all you have is you could trade time for money. You clean toilets, you fast food, whatever. When you gain skill, like a sales job, you still trade time for money, but now you push down this lever, so now you can get more for your time. Let's say before you learn to sell, you made $100 a day, working 8 hours. Now let's say when you learn to sell and you can increase the amount of deals you close and you work 8 hours, you make 300 because now you have the lever. So it's the output now. It's all output. At McDonald's, you can make as many burgers as you want. You're still making the same wage. With a sales job, depending on how hard you work, you can increase that number. Depending on how good you get, you can also increase that number. That's why I'm always going to campaign for sales. Okay? Outwork everybody, and then now I want you to step back into the whole sales process where as you're kind of breaking it down to them, you sell them the outcome. Don't sell them what it's going to take to achieve the outcome. Imagine me trying to sell you training, and I say it's going to be tough. You're going to wake up at 5 a.m. It's going to be terrible. You're going to be cold. You might want to give up. What? No, just be like, sell them the outcome. Be like, hey, look, are you ready? Ready for what? Well, to go back to Target and buy a medium shirt. It's going to happen. I just want you to be prepared for it. I mean, look at me. I didn't fit in this shirt a few months back, and this is actually an old shirt that I kept around in case one day I would fit back into my old clothes. I'm trying to prepare you for that moment. You're ready, right? Do you feel the joy radiating? Are you happy? Can't wait to post pictures on Instagram to everyone know. You get compliments and stuff, right? Sell them the outcome, not what it's going to take to get the results, because the journey is tough, right? The journey is tough. I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs sell you on the outcome. You see their $1 million yacht and their house and the cars and the money and the lifestyle. What you don't see is what it took Everyone wants what you have, but they don't want what it takes. So the same thing happens this way, where sell them the results that they'll get, not what it's going to take to get the results. Last framework I have for you, and I'm going to talk about if you have a small business, how we can incorporate this. Have them give you reassurance by kind of doubting them. I use this a lot when I was selling memberships for some reason. It worked. And it was actually because I was doubting somebody. So I remember this wife coming in with her 2 kids, and her husband's at home, and she's just saying how she has this wedding that she wants to attend with her whole family in like 6 months. So she has six months to get in shape. So I gave her a tour of the gym, and she's like, yeah, I think I'm ready for a change. And I actually didn't believe her, like, at all. I'm like, no, you're not. Everyone says it. At that point, I was kind of getting sick of it because I heard that so many times. And in my head, I'm like, it's so easy to just lose weight. They just have to try. So I was actually kind of sick of it. I'm like, no, you're not. She's like, no, yes, I will. I'm serious. You know what? Sign me up now. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay. Well, what do you want to pay with? By the way, when they give you the form of payment, just stop talking. Like speak no further, nothing. Just once you process the payment, begin speaking again. But until you process the payment, stop talking. Once the card is on the table, stop. Silence. But that's when I got a light bulb moment. I'm like, I'm like, psychologically, we enjoy argumentation to a degree. So for example, let's say you went up to me and said, Thompson, I hate your gray shirt. You would expect a response like, why? It looks good. I hate your gray shirt, right? But if I said, yeah, it's pretty freaking ugly, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of get like twisted in a way where it's like, okay, because you're expecting me to combat you, kind of fight back, right? And that's kind of the case here. If someone's coming in with doubt about your product or the service that you sell, just doubt that they even want it. And then they'll probably just end up convincing you they want it. All right? So a lot of people will come into the gym and they're like, yeah, I have been trying to lose weight. I'm like, I hear that all the time. I don't know if you're any different. Like I always hear that. Do you actually want to lose weight? Like you have no idea how many times I've heard that. She's like, no, I really do want to lose weight. I'm like, you got to convince me. Like, how bad are you willing to lose weight? Like, are you willing to wake up early? Yes. Are you willing to diet? Yes. Are you willing to put in the work? Yes, I will put in the work. 100%. Yes, 100%. Okay, let's do it. You sold me. Let's do it. And you're serious about it. We're starting today. Yes, we're starting today. That had to be one of the most powerful frameworks I had. And it's all because I truly started to get to a point where I'm like, there's no way these people are coming in and they're going to put in the work. So with her, I truly doubted her. I'm like, yeah, okay, sounds good. And she just convinced me. She's like, what? No, I will do it. I'm like, okay. Because if they come in with doubt already and you're trying to convince them, they're just going to counter with more doubt. Oh, it'll be easy. Oh, but I'm scared. If they come in with the whole I'm scared, you just tell them, I don't really believe you. I feel like you're scared. And trust me, I've heard people say they want to come in and lose weight all the time. You got to sell me. I don't believe you. Do you actually? And then now it's not like they want to say, no, I am scared. No, they kind of want to prove you wrong. They're like, no, I do want to lose weight. No, trust me. Like, I'm here to lose weight. So that won't really help. So if you're in a sales job, use any of those frameworks. I'm sure it'll help you. Outwork people. Use some of those closing frameworks. Remember, logical over emotional. Guide them. And the sale starts once they start saying no. The first objection is when the sale starts. But until then, build the rapport. Understand them and then give them feedback. Tell their story back to them. That's really important. You have to tell them like you understand them. So now let's say you are a small business owner. I don't make a lot of content in regards to business because I've never had my own business, but I've been a part of businesses where I was the right-hand man to people that own businesses. So when the first business I was with, I was the right-hand man, and he was marketing. He pumped the e-commerce. I was distribution and sales. So I got the product to the stores. And here's what you got to do. I'll speak about if you kind of have an e-commerce, and I'll speak about a brick and mortar, because I was just with a brick and mortar business, a service-based brick and mortar barbershop. I split ways mainly because life pulled me in a different direction, but I helped him as much as I could. And I just knew that if we just repetitively kept doing what we were doing, that would be the best shop in the city. And I promised him, I'm like, all we have to do is do this, all of these things for 6 months, and I guarantee you we will be the best shop in the city. And we were getting there. A lot of people started hearing about us, but once I stepped away, everything died down. So when I was with the e-commerce, where we private labeled our own products, there were a few ways to get people to want to buy our stuff. And so step one is you tell people, and that kind of involves you marketing. You can market or you can run advertisement. That's the best way to tell people, like, hey, I have soap, buy it. So marketing would fall under making video, making content, like I said, like making content. And then running advertisement would be putting X dollar amount behind a campaign so that it can shoot to random eyeballs, random people. With content and marketing, the best way for you to it just takes one viral video to change your life nowadays, especially if you sell a product online. Go to people that are already doing it, see what went viral for them, copy and paste. Okay? So if you own a small business, that's a form of sales. It's through marketing. Now, let's say you want to get your products to stores. Let's say you've built the brand enough to where it's like, okay, I want to get into stores. Let's say you own a barber brand where you sell your own gel and you want to get into barber supply stores. Step one, I will tell you my exact steps on how I did it with the nail supply store. Again, we had built the reputation, or the person I was working with built the reputation of the brand well enough, and the aesthetic of the brand and the look and the feel of the brand. I just kind of took it and I used whatever I had. So he did a good job doing that. Here's what I did to get our products into actual stores where business owners would purchase our products at a certain fixed price to sell to their customers that walked in their store. So basically we had real estate. That was real estate for us, so that we can get constant traction. Ladies come in, they see the brand, they skip it, come in again, see the brand, skip it. Third time, they're like, let me try it. They'll try it, they'll buy it, then they'll go on our website, then they'll probably purchase directly from us, or they'll just go back to the store. Either way, it benefits us. If they purchase directly from us, we get the full pop. If they purchase from the store, it makes them want to re-up sooner, so they place another order sooner. And margins were still high. So here's exactly what I did. Whatever you're selling, if you're selling t-shirts and you built a good brand and you want to get into apparel stores, you need to go on Google and search up store near me. So for me, it was nail supply store near me. For you, if you own a clothing brand, it'll be clothing store near me. Whatever. I zoomed in on every state. I started in California. And on Google, when you zoom in, they'll give you a bunch of stores that line up on the side. And I started calling every single one. But before I did that, I had developed a script. And my script went something like this. You can copy and paste it. Plus, I had an email and everything typed up, ready to go. So my email was, hey, this and this and this and this and this. And then usually the pitch was this. On the email, it was, hey, super cool nail supply. Thanks for your interest in Brother Cosmetics. As I mentioned before, a lot of our clients that shop our products online have been dying to see our products in your store. They keep on asking us. And so we're confident that our products will do extremely well in your store. As a matter of fact, mainly our customers are in this area and they go to your store. They mention your store all the time. So the email went something like that. I had that ready, all ready to go. And the pitch was something similar. So I'd cold call, ring, ring, ring. They're like, hello, who's this? I just said, hey, can I speak with the manager? Because I need to skip all the people that are not important. Skip it. I'm like, hey, put the manager on the phone. Like, hey, can I speak with the manager? They'll be like, yeah, who's this? I'll be like, I'm Thompson with Brother Cosmetics. They'll be like, okay, give me a second. Hello, who's this? I'm like, is this the manager? Yeah, who's this? I'll be like, hey, this is Thompson with Brother Cosmetics. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Oh yeah, this is Franklin. Franklin, what's up, brother? Real quick, man. This is Super Cool Nail Supply, right? Yeah. I'll be like, brother, we're Brother Cosmetics. We're a nail brand. We've been up and running for about 3-4 years and we're doing really well. Have you ever heard about us? No. Well, Franklin, a lot of we're e-commerce based. A lot of our customers that shop our products, they go to your store. Like, they shop nail supplies at your store. They just happen to buy our nail supplies on our website. And they keep asking us to bring our products into your store. So I was looking to speak with the person to make this happen. And I believe that's you. And I know you're not too familiar with the brand, Franklin. Do you have a computer pulled up? By any chance? It's kind of a stretch. Yeah, I got a computer pulled up. I'm like, cool. Just let me know when you're ready. I'm going to tell you our website. You can type it in and do a quick scroll as I kind of just walk you through this. You know, we'll multitask a little bit. Just let me know. He's like, okay, go for it. And then I'll read from the website. It'll be brothercosmetics.com, whatever. And then I'll be like, let me know when that loads, man. He'll be like, okay, load it. I'll be like, perfect. Now the wheel is yours. You explore the website, and I'll just keep talking. Hopefully you can multitask. And I'll be like, yeah, Franklin, as I mentioned, bro, we've been up and running for about 4 years. You know, we've been established for 4 years. We sell everything, man, from acrylic powder to gel polish to this and this and this. And the reason I'm calling you again, just a reminder in case you forgot, because, hey, I have short-term memory. You know, I just hope you're not like me. It'd be terrible. But a lot of the ladies that buy our stuff is in California. And they go to your store. Like, the amount of DMs we get all the time talking about, please bring your products to Super Cool Nail Supply. Please bring your products to Super Nail. We see it. So we're like, okay, we might as well just make it happen. I figure since a lot of ladies go to your store, you'll end up benefiting. And maybe we'll work on something. So that'd be the initial pitch. And then that's when they'd come in with the questions and I'd have the responses, right? Towards the end of the phone call, I'll tell them, I'll be like, hey, brother, everything you want to know, I just went ahead and I sent over an email. Let me know. Do me a favor, let me know if you got it. I just want to make sure. You can review it once we hang up. I just want to make sure it went through. This makes them look at their email so they don't forget. Because sometimes people forget. And they say, okay, I got it. I'll be like, Franklin, it's there, brother. Take your time, read over it. How about I call you back in, you think 2 days would work? Or do you think you can read that email overnight? I could probably read overnight, man. Call me back tomorrow. I'm like, I got you. I'll call you back tomorrow and we'll talk about details. Then I set the appointment. I call them back. And then that's it, you know. That was my pitch. So if you're trying to get your products into stores and you want to use outbound, like I did, you need to build a script, build an email, do a lot of outbound. I went on a lot of nail supply stores, Instagram, and I would directly DM them, comment on their posts, like their posts so that I would pop up in their notifications on the brand page. And I would, you know, I'd like all their posts, I'd comment, I'll be like, check your DM. And in the DM, I would say, hey, Super Cool Nail Supply. So many girls that shop our products have been wanting us to bring our products to your store. California needs it. When can we talk about this? And I'd send that over and over and over and over and over. Through all their pages on Instagram, I sent emails, cold emails. I did a lot of cold calls. So I would start in California. I'd zoom in until I killed the entire list. If I could drive to the actual nail supply store, I would do so because I believe in selling in person because you gain leverage. You have trust. You see me in person. So if they were within like a 40-mile radius, I would drive directly to the store in a little polo shirt and I'd bring the products and I'd pitch. But I would obviously call first, right? And then once I got done with California, I moved over to the next state. So I'd go to Washington, then I go Texas, then I go Arizona, then I go Florida. I zoomed into almost every state and I called and I called. I closed one in Texas without needing a face-to-face. And that was the largest deal that we closed. It was like a $50,000 deal. That was the largest one, like the biggest. All right. And I didn't have to do a face-to-face. We just closed them. So I say all that because if you have a small business and you've built the brand to the point where you're ready to distribute the business or distribute your products, so that's distribution, you need to do a lot of outbound. But even before distribution, you got to do a lot of outbound, right? I mean, you could do it through affiliates, you could do it through marketing, but I'd say before you do all that, don't worry about affiliates until the brand is reputable. That's what I'd say. I'd say if you're in the early stages, just focus on bringing money in, telling people, hey, I exist, this soap is out there, you can buy it, and here's why you should buy it. So just triple down on marketing. And the best way for you to triple down on marketing is pay attention to people that are in your industry, in your niche. Look at videos that have gone viral already, copy, paste. And just because it didn't work the first time doesn't mean you can't redo it. Because it went viral for them, it'll go viral for you. Sometimes the algorithm just doesn't pick it up. So viral video, copy, paste, do it. If it doesn't work, re-upload, change it up a little bit, re-upload. Keep re-uploading it. Sometimes you're not going to piss your customers off because they don't even know you exist, for crying out loud. So just keep advertising, keep posting. And the easiest lever you have is social media, because anyone else that's gone viral, you can too if you just copy and paste the same style video. Same voiceover, same music, same songs. Do it. They say professionals steal, amateurs borrow. You want to be a pro or an amateur, huh? So once you've done that and you're making a decent amount through e-commerce and you really want to diversify, that's when you step into distribution. Now you'd probably be doing the cold calling. Now you'd be doing the outbound through Instagram, emails, a lot of outbound, okay? And then, well, that's just an avenue. But if you're that good at marketing, all the money you can make from distribution, you'll make through marketing. But it depends what you're trying to build. If you just want money, you probably don't need the distributors. You might just need to market, make a lot of videos, run advertisement. You'll be fine. You can hit 1 million. But I'd say if you're trying to build a brand and you want this brand to hit the shelves and be there, and in your industry you want to be known, don't neglect distributors. Like, they'll play a big deal. Imagine if Neutrogena was never in Walmart or Target or CVS or any of these big stores. Probably would never heard of Neutrogena. You know, Dr. Squatch, they just sell like men's bar soap. They started online, ran advertisement, killed it, and then they're in almost every Walmart now and Target. Like, they're a beast. Dr. Squatch, I remember when they would first post their videos, I'm like, this is genius. I'm like, they're using girls to smell the bar soap, and they're using like this kind of tacky, cheesy, old school type commercial. And it worked. Now they're in every Walmart and Target. Like, they're everywhere. But they focus on e-commerce first. Like, they're like, how many people can learn about our stuff? We need people to try this stuff. Now, some people don't want to wait. How can we make it even more accessible? That's when they started distributing. And that's now they're in stores. So if a customer wants a bar soap, they don't go to the website. They just go to the website for like the limited edition drops that are specifically on the website. But now if they want a bar of soap, they just go straight to the store. And at the store, they can purchase the soap, walk out, instead of paying for shipping, right? The whole point of distribution is to make it easily accessible. They don't have to wait for shipping. They don't have to pay shipping fees. It's there. Yeah, you decrease margins a little bit because you obviously give your distributors a wholesale price. So be it 20% off, 25% off, 40% off, 30% off, 15% off, whatever it is. You cut margins down a little bit. But if you're distributing to like Walmart, you will get that return because Walmart's huge, right? So again, those are some sales frameworks that I had. I hope that helps. If you're in a sales job, you can use some of them. Just outwork people. Volume will always negate lack of skill. Always. If you don't have skill, you may go for it by doing the work. Again, if you operate a small business and you run a brand, don't worry about distribution until you built the brand. Part of what made my job easy when I was doing these cold calls and presentations and I would drive to these nail stores was some of them knew about the brand. Some didn't. Some did. The ones that didn't, I really had to pull a lot of things out of my pocket. But the ones that did, it made the sale a lot easier, a lot smoother. Because they're like, oh yeah, of course we'll bring your stuff in here. Yeah, we've heard about you guys. Ladies know about you guys. Yeah, we've actually had questions about you guys, right? So if you want to make distribution a lot easier to triple down on, build the repertoire of the brand. Reputation of the brand is high and solidified in your industry, in your niche. selling to distributors and getting them to purchase in bulk is a lot easier because they'll end up benefiting. Remember that if you want to distribute, you need to make it beneficial towards them, for them. What can you do for them to help them make more money? One thing that we did, and it was part of my pitch, was I said, look, Franklin, you make a lot of money by people going to your store, getting traffic, right? And they come in, they buy stuff, right? I'm like, well, how about we do a meet and greet? Ladies love us. I mean, we're like the talk of the town in this industry. We're new, young, fresh. Look at me, you know? What if we do meet and greets? We promote it on our page. We say, hey, Super Cool Nail Supply is officially our distributor. We're doing a meet and greet May 25th. What do you guys think? What if we pull money out of our pockets and market the meet and greet? Get like a DJ and tacos. Would you like that? And that definitely increased the likelihood of them saying yes. Because then they're like, oh yeah, that sounds amazing. What, a meet and greet for our store? Heck yeah. Yes. Because it'll benefit their business. Ladies come in, they walk around, they shop, money to them. We handle all the marketing. We'll even pull expenses out of pocket. Now, to a degree, again, since we didn't play with the budget well, all that didn't make us money. We pulled money because we were trying to play the long game, but it was tough, right? Because we get the DJ, we get the food, we pay for this, we do the marketing, we do this, and so we significantly just cut margins. But we broke even. So I say if you're gonna do something like that, really understand the numbers. Like, know how much you have to play with. You gotta know how much room you have to play with. But that's all I got. If you're in a sales job, you're doing it good, man. There's nothing better than being in a situation where you are always getting rejected. You'll build grit and you'll go far. Trust me. Once you get good at sales, find an opportunity for you to use that skill to get more for your return. So if you get really good at selling gym memberships, find an opportunity where they'll pay you more. Transfer to a different gym. Maybe you start selling cars now. Maybe you go into real estate. Maybe you go into solar. I don't freaking know. I went from a gym to being with a small startup, and now I just make videos, right? All that to say, that's what I would do if you have an e-commerce. Now, for brick and mortar, recently I just stepped away from being with the barbershop. Now, let's say you have a brick and mortar, you want to incorporate these things. It all depends what type of brick and mortar you have, but let's just say you have a service-based brick and mortar. Nail salon, barbershop. Focus on reviews. You can go on this website called DigiFeel, and from there they have custom reviews where customers just tap their phones and it can send them straight to a review page. I told the person I was working with this barbershop that it is so easy to be the #1 ranking shop if we just get reviews. That's all we have to do, because so many people read reviews. How many times have you gone to a restaurant because you read reviews? How many times have you read reviews before you went somewhere? Reviews matter. So what we did was we double dipped on reviews. Within a month, we got 270 something reviews. That was we became the highest ranking shop in the city, because a shop that's been established for like 9 years only had like 220. Within the span of 1 month, we killed them in reviews. And every time people came, we're like, how'd you hear about it? Oh, Google, I saw your reviews. And I said, told you it's working. And then we just made content every day. And all we did, we're in the barbering industry. So I would scroll through Instagram all day, videos that hit my For You page that went viral. I would send it to myself. We would just copy. Literally copy. And within a span of a month, we went from like 200-300 followers to 1,700 in the span of like a month and a half. And I told him, I said, if we just keep this up, keep getting reviews, we'll win. So let's say you operate a service-based brick and mortar. Do Google. It's the easiest place to get reviews. A lot of people have Google accounts. Use DigiFeel. You can do something like this. So with us, I taught all of the barbers, I said, get the review while the client's still in the chair, not when they're about to leave. So I said, before you clean up their necks and you take the cape off, when you show them the haircut and they like it, go grab the plate and say this. I made a script for them. I said, hey, bro, I'm glad you like the cut. If you don't mind, this would help me out in the shop out. I know it's a lot to ask. I'm sorry, bro. It's such a burden. But can you just leave us a review? I try to make it simple for you, man. You just got to tap your phone. Look, I'll show you. Technology is crazy. They'll tap their phone. I'll be like, that's cool, huh? Technology is wicked. They'll be like, yeah, that's nice. I'll be like, yeah, man, you know, when When it pops up, it's gonna ask you a few questions. I'll kind of guide you through it. It's complicated, and it wasn't complicated, but that was just a way for us to be there and be like, hey, I'll walk you through it. Do it, right? And so I told them, do that. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. It popped up for you, perfect. And it's gonna ask 1 or 5 stores, man. I'll leave that up to you. Right here, you got haircut, this and this. All you gotta do towards the end is press the send button. And when you do it, you'll make me freaking happy as heck, man. I owe you the world. But let me get you cleaned up, okay? And I told the barbers, slowly clean them up. Make sure that you see they give the review. And if they just don't want to and they put their phone away, hey, screw it. Screw it. You can either attack and say, did it work for you, bro? Did the review go through? Or you could just forget about it. It's your call. So that's how we got the reviews, and that helped a lot. I'd say focus on Google reviews. I'd also say testimonials are cool too. One thing we were gonna do is take a picture of everyone that got a haircut, post it on the page, and say, before and after of Luis that came by, look at this cool haircut. But we just never did that. But that's a great way to do testimonials. You can get people to, leave testimonials in regards to like a video. Like, hey, what's up, guys? I'm here at Thompson Barbershop. Just got done. Look at this fresh fade. You guys got to check them out. It's amazing. Not everyone has that because being in front of a camera is difficult for some people. So that's why we kind of avoided that. But reviews alone got a lot of traffic to the barbershop. Marketing. So just a lot of Instagram videos. We had a website. So SEO, that's important too. And beyond that, we never had an opportunity to dip into Yelp because not a lot of people had Yelp accounts. But I was going to do the same thing. But since not a lot of people had Yelp accounts, one thing I was going to do was incentivize them to create a Yelp account while they're in the chair and getting cleaned up. Like $5 off your next cut. You just leave us a review on Yelp, bro. They'll be like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. I was going to incentivize them because then they'd have to create an account and all this stuff. But at least they'll get $5 or $10 off, right? With Google, a lot of people have Gmail accounts. So the likelihood of you getting reviews is significantly high. And then the rest is just word of mouth, right? We went on Vistaprint. We printed out a bunch of flyers. We tagged cars all around the city. We bought 10,000 flyers and just tagged a bunch of cars. That was really important too. So just old school, right? Old school. We got A boards put right in front of the storefront. Now we got, you guys know what A boards are, the sandwich boards that kind of fold out, and we had one there. So if you have a brick and mortar, that's a little bit different, especially if it's service based, because you're trying to tell people, clients, to come check you out. And you can do that by just having a bunch of reviews because they're scared. They're like, why should I go to you? They might have a barbershop. They might have a nail salon store, right? So that's different. I can only speak for a service-based brick and mortar. If you have a supply store, that'd be a little bit different. I say still focus on reviews. Have things that your competitors don't have. So carry brands that your competitors don't carry so that people come to you for stuff, the hot stuff, right? And that's where a lot of stores get into this thing called exclusivity. I know that when we were distributing our products to a lot of nail supply stores, a lot of them asked for exclusivity because there's competitors. There's another nail supply store within a 2-mile radius, for crying out loud, right? But if we were the only one if they were our only distributor, the likelihood of more people going to them as opposed to the competitor increases, right? Because they carry us, no other store, right? So they get something exclusive, right? That's what I did. You do what works for you. If you can, use it. Trying to help. If you're in a sales job, you go far. If you own a business, it's just word of mouth. Tell people about your stuff. Market, run paid ads. Build the brand. Make more videos. Copy and paste things that have already gone viral. Do it again and do it again and do it again. That's it. Then you can focus on all the other outbound later. You can focus on the cold outreach later once you want to get into distribution. And affiliates, that's when you do a lot of more outreach. But you got to build the brand first. Okay. That's all I got, man. Hope you liked the video. I often don't really do a lot of these sales videos, but if you like them, I'll make more because sometimes it's hard for me to talk about business because I'm not a business owner, but I've definitely been in the nitty and gritty. Right? I've been in there and I learned a lot. And if I can just give you whatever knowledge I've gained to make your journey easier, I'll be happy. That's all I got, man.